This week on Hill and Gully Ride, we return to Stony Hill, St. Andrew, to the home of Florence Bogle, or newly minted centenarian, born July 9, 1923. We had gotten to the point where family, friends, and well-wishers were eagerly waiting to give some insight into the well-lived life of the centenarian. First up is her firstborn and best friend, Millicent.
She's an amazing woman. She loves to take care of everybody. When she was, say, in Bogle Hill, she was like the JP. Everybody that was traveling, everybody would come to her to fill out their papers, even in Stony Hill. And she was always there for everybody. The nieces, when they when they go into school, if they can't afford it, they run up the stairs to on floor. And the grandchildren, oh, she takes care of most of them. Even my children, she used to come to Canada and take care of them in the summertime. And then she would rush home to take care of the ones that are left here to go to school in September. So their uniforms and all of that. I used to call her every Monday. And if I miss one Monday, and I call her on Tuesday, she said, "So how come you didn't call me yesterday? You were supposed to call me yesterday. Yesterday was Monday." And we would have our long talks. She is my mom and my best friend. I can tell her anything, and she's always there to give me good advice. Yeah.
Did you know that you were our best friend?
Yes.
So you're best friend to lots of people. You have lots of best friends, man.
Yes, one. She's a different kind of friend, a special friend.
Yes.
She come in like a second mother to the other children, the other siblings. Because she was the eldest.
Yes.
Then now she had to do most of the chores, do the cooking, helping me with the washing, doing every little thing. So she come in like a younger sister.
And I suspect that is how your other siblings see you too.
Oh yeah.
They call you big sis, and they rely heavily on you too when they don't want to stress out mama.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
And it helped me to raise my children, to give them good advice and be there for them all the time, and make sure
Yeah, that's she me.
that they have a good life. Yes.
What do you do in Canada?
Well, I used to work as a supervisor, and then I got sick with asthma, and I learned to make cakes in the 4-H. So after that, I stayed home for a while until I got better. And I wanted to go back to work, and my husband encouraged me to expand the baking because everybody loved my cakes. So then I opened a business, and I do wedding cakes and birthday cakes and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So what's the name of your business?
Monica's Classic Cakes.
And you're in Toronto, or?
I'm in Mississauga.
Oh, you're in Mississauga?
In Canada, yes.
Okay. All right. So are you on social media too with all those other persons?
Well, I don't go on social media because I have so many clients already. I don't want to expand it anymore because I can't handle what I have to do.
So
because
you're doing well as a single
Yeah.
person operating your business
Yeah.
from home?
Yeah, and my clients, they recommend other people to come.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's interesting that you said you learned to bake in 4-H because your mom was talking about kids getting involved in clubs.
Yeah.
And that is where you pick up skills. So not only baking you could do in a 4-H club, but you could do other things.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get other skills.
Yeah, we used to do dressmaking, and the boys, they used to do agriculture. So we learned a lot.
Millicent's children are next.
My grandmother, as my mother said, she's taking care of a lot of her grandchildren. I was the first one. I broke the ice for all the rest of you. And she raised me for the first 7 years of my life when my mom went to Canada. She migrated to Canada. So I spent a lot of time under her sewing machine. So I knew every color in the book by the time I was 4. But I was under there stitching clothes with a needle and thread, and I used to string the needles for her. And spent a lot of time together.
Being in 2 different countries these days has in no way, shape, or form minimized time spent together. Mrs. Bogle is on almost all social media platforms.
When you were 90-something, learn to use WhatsApp. And I call her on WhatsApp every couple of weeks, and we chat and we talk about, the past and all the things that we used to do. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we got her on social media. That's right.
So Mama on social media.
Yeah.
You know you never tell me that, Mama. So you're using WhatsApp and all those
some man, the old head can't remember everything.
But when we used to talk to her, she put the camera at her forehead. So when we was talking to her, we always got her forehead, but not her face. So I had to teach her how to kind of pull it down. She's cute like that, though. First grandson, that's my title. She never lets me forget. I was the one who broke the ice with the boys. Yeah, but man, we don't have enough time to talk about this woman. She's been phenomenal. Yeah, like a second mom.
Yes.
Right. I remember the times when I came to Jamaica. I was always trying to sneak out. So one time I was going through the door, I was like, "Where you going?" All I saw was a slipper just flying in my direction. Get back inside. But she kept us in line, man. She's a great woman, for sure. You don't find women like her anymore, man. It's a rare breed.
Is it?
Yeah, lived a good life.
Yeah.
I mean, just this morning, I was sitting to myself when I was getting ready to come over here. I'm just like 100 years. I'm trying to remember what was going on in the world 100 years ago. That's a big milestone, very big milestone. Congratulations again, Mama.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Hill and Gully Ride is brought to you by the Media Technology Institute.
Want a career in the booming industry of film and television? Register now at the Media Technology Institute to get hands-on training with the industry's best high-definition equipment. We offer other courses in video production, voice and speech, audio engineer, photography, and many more. Call us at 876-922-9214 or visit our office at 37 Arnold Road, Kingston 5. The Media Technology Institute, training the best.
Hill and Gully Ride is brought to you by the Media Technology Institute.
You are watching Hill and Gully Ride, and we are at the home of 100 years old Florence Bogle in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. Mrs. Bogle spent her earlier years as a clerk at the Trout Hall Orange Factory in Clarendon. Then she got married and eventually moved to Stony Hill, St. Andrew. Her marriage produced 8 children and a whole lot of grands and great-grands. Granddaughter Samantha, one half of a pair of fraternal twins, knows peace.
She's the power behind the power. She makes everything what it is today. She's the queen to me and the matriarch. She made all this possible, and to know that we all can come together and celebrate 100 years, it's amazing. I just love the family unit that she built for all of us because of the way she is. We're the way we are, and I see that through my mom. through my oldest sister, through my brother. And being the youngest, I get to see it all. I have an amazing family.
Yeah.
We are very blessed. We do
Very,
have an
very
amazing
blessed.
family.
Really, really good.
Grandma, I hope that I look as good as you when I turn 100.
It
Because-
is the genes.
It's in your genes.
I was gonna say
You know, my goodness, you don't look a day over 70, not even. And I wish you all the happiness. I hope that these next 3 days are going to be amazing, where the district, the community, your family can come together and celebrate all the things that you've done, all the things that you've contributed to us.
I thank God for you. He's been very good to you, and through you, made all this possible. You and Dad. I mean, he's not here, but we even remember him still. You guys have been leaders of leaders, pastors of pastors. And all I can say is, I know you don't like when I say this because I'm looking for another 50 years from you, but I thank God he brought you this far, and I'm looking forward to see
Well,
what he
thank
does.
God I still have my faculties. Not seeing
Yeah.
that I can recognize them.
Yeah,
That's a big, greatest blessing for me.
yeah,
When you have your family and you can still correspond with them.
yeah. I'm sure your hand is still straight too.
Yep.
I'm just thankful that you're still here with us and you can still pass on all those memories and stories and all your knowledge. And I love the fact that you're still strong-willed and you still have your choices and you still know what you like and what you want. And I can be there to be a part of it. Just thank you for being you.
Naomi, the neighbor.
I've known Mrs. Bogle all my life. She's like a second mom to me. I remember growing up, sometimes when my parents couldn't afford it, we can always, when I say, Aunt Fleur, she said to have to go to school, always sew a uniform for us. Every Sunday, as Miss Bogle finished, she was a good cook and a good baker. And Miss Bogle used to treat us just like she would treat her own kids. I remember the first time I had my little boyfriend, and Mr. Bogle used to love milk. And you know Mr. Bogle used to love him box milk. I would come up when I want to see my little boyfriend out on the road. I would come up and say, Mr. Bogle, you know, want the milk today? May I go to the road, you know? And he would say, all right, go buy your milk. I don't know Aunt Fleur no. But one day, when I come up to Mr. Bogle to buy the milk, Aunt Fleur say, you're not going to buy no milk this evening, you know. Go on over to Punsi. That's my mother. Every Sunday when Aunt Fleur would call us, whether we have food, yes or no, she would call and say, no, Mona, all right. And we say, yes. Aunt Fleur say, come for dinner. And we sit down around the table. The best of food what our kids eating, Aunt Fleur give it just the same. Aunt Fleur is this loving, kind-hearted person. She don't think less than nobody. And I didn't really want to say this because it is going to bring back a lot of memories. But I wish my brother Bobby was here with me now to celebrate with Aunt Fleur. I wish he was here. He died last year. Sometimes when they do see me come up and look for Aunt Fleur, sometimes Bobby always run Aunt Fleur. Sometimes Bobby coming up the road, Aunt Fleur in the veranda, Aunt Fleur, want me all right? And him come up and him sit down with her. And I am glad I am here today to celebrate her 100th birthday. Aunt Fleur, I wish you all the best. Hope you live to see many more. And maybe the Lord continue to guide, bless, and protect you, and to guide and protect her family. Because as some set of children and grandchildren, they are just the same. They treat us all the same. Very much the same. And I'm hoping and asking the Lord that may the food basket never empty. And may God continue to guide and bless them. Thank you.
Two grandsons, all smiles, sat and waited patiently to have their say.
We're enjoying the heat, you know. We have to reconnect with our roots, and you know, this is one of those auspicious occasions that allow us to celebrate our grandma, our matriarch. So we're blessed to be here and to reminisce in these walls where we spent many summers.
It's a huge event, 100. You know, I can't even imagine it. But just happy to be here, be able to spend the time, be able to celebrate. You know, yeah, I was real sickly, so she's always looking out for me. I remember, I make sure I wash my feet when I get in the house. I'll be outside playing. Make sure you wash your feet. But yeah, it was always just fun, good times.
Oh, it was great times. I remember we used to have back in the days in Toronto a store called Nob Hill Farms, and when we would send like a barrel or something back here, and we would spend the summer because, you know, I think my younger brother was a very picky eater and he would only eat certain things. We would spend the days running up and down this house and running out to Creamy. Whenever the Creamy came by, we would be like, "Hey, Creamy, Creamy!" Go chase him down. And then I remember Grandpa always making sure that we didn't stay out too late and trying to stop us from going up to the roof because we were very, very young, and he would just be like, "No, don't come drop off. You know, you drop off if you play around too much." And yeah, I just remember those hot summers. Lost a lot of weight, but it was great times here. It was great times. Just it helped shape us. So, you know, it's good to just come back and just be here to watch this all unfold. So after 100 years of seeing life at this plane and going through all the triumphs and tribulations, we are blessed to be able to use you as a point of reference to remember everything that's happened and know that we're good with where we're going to go in the future. So, you know, we honor Grandma. So, yeah, it's a blessing.
Hill and Gully Ride is brought to you by the Media Technology Institute. Hill and Gully Ride is brought to you by the Media Technology Institute.
Hill and Gully Ride is in the wrapping up stage of our visit to the home of centenarian Florence Bogle at her home in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. We have heard from some of our grandchildren and a neighbor that all attested to the caring and all-round loving person that she is. Well, let us hear from the in-laws. Will the story be different?
My name is Winsome Bogle, and I'm her daughter-in-law. I'm married to her second to last son, Barrington Bogle, and I've known her for 38 years. And she's not the typical mother-in-law that I was read in the storybook too. You know, that she, you know, mother-in-laws are these type of people who come and check your house and make sure it's clean or, you know, criticize your. She was always loving, caring, supporting. I have many experience with her that were good, especially when I go to visit her in Canada. We have breakfast and she goes, "So Winsome, would you like some Bailey?" Bailey? I say, "Okay. So why don't you pour me some too?" And then we will enjoy the moment, and she'll share her life story with me and a little bit of the family history. When she come and visit me, she go with me to church. I had a death in the family here in Jamaica. She dressed up and she's with me, supporting me all the way throughout the years. I can always call her and she always have an encouraging word for me. So I can only wish her, well, I can wish her many more years, but I can only say I thank you for the many years of support and love that you give to me, and I will carry that with me forever. Thank you, and I love you. Happy 100th birthday.
Now, riders, let's hear from son-in-law Felix. He had prayed to the Lord for a good, wholesome wife. Trusting in his prayers, he left it at that and went to work. It so happens that Millicent was working 3 doors from him, and he started admiring her. And then, in answer to his prayers,
my wife said, make your move. I made my move. And after I did that, we became friends, and goes on until I said, well, what am I fooling myself? I asked her to marry me. She said, I'll think about it. And then it went on until she decided. I wrote Mama and asked her and for her daughter's hand in marriage, and they agree. Here we are 51 years after. So that is why I am here, like you asked the question. You know, they always say mother-in-law. They say mother-in-law, but I never call her my mother-in-law. When I'm in Canada and I said, I'm going down to Jamaica to celebrate my mom's 100th birthday, they said, didn't you say your mom died? They're talking about my biological mother, but this is my mom. I'm the kind of the last son in the Bogle family, but the oldest, because I joined after. Yes.
He's like a son, quite attentive, loving.
When she's in Canada, I do a lot of cooking for her because my wife is always busy, and so I become good in cooking. And I really, really miss her coming there, taking care of her, and it makes me feel more of as a son, more than a son-in-law. And I'm glad I'm not outlawed. I met her when she came to Canada. I love her daughter, so I was in love with her too. When she came to Canada, I met her, and I can say today that she's one of the greatest mothers in the world. Yeah, because she have done her best. And when you have done your best on earth, angel in heaven can do no more.
Courtney, her great-granddaughter, tells us what she loves about Mrs. Bogle.
She was very understanding, especially like when I was younger and when I was growing up. Every time when she visited Canada, I would have like a bunch of stories to tell her, and she would sit there and listen, which is what I love about her, because not many people want to listen to my stories these days. So it was, it was nice to know that there was somebody who was willing to give me advice, as well as like show me where I was in the wrong, but also show me if I was in the right as well. I love how she really kept the house in order, especially if Nana would go down the street to get something, or if Mom and Dad left me over with my siblings at Nana's house and she was there. She would give us the commands to do, okay, wash up the dishes and clean up after yourself, make sure you do your homework and whatever, but like, in a gentler voice than everybody else. So yeah, I love my great grandma.
Yeah, so your birthday wishes for her.
I love you. Happy birthday.
I know.
And I just want you to enjoy your birthday, no stress, and I love you.
Thank you. We are at that time again, riders, where we say goodbye to Mrs. Bogle of Stony Hill in St. Andrew, but only briefly, as we have more to hear about her from the latecomers. Better late than never. Mrs. Bogle is of great importance and is worthy of the journey. So until next time, folks, we are up the hill.
Thank you for watching Hill and Gully Ride.